What's the third song? I can't fucking remember the track order.
Oh, I Want It Free, yeah.
Oh, I Want It Free.
This song was the hardest song on the album to finish, I think. Or at least for me. I wrote it, and then Jesse wrote a chorus that we merged into it, and then Danny...
No, they were two completely separate songs. You had a song and I had a song, and we were not satisfied really with either, and so we decided to kind of piece a couple songs together. The main kind of basis of the rhythm and the verse and all that was yours, and then we just needed a hook, and it was a fucking nightmare trying to work on this song, in my opinion.
Yeah, and then Danny and Dylan spent hours and hours and hours going through the bridge section, from Tokyo to Bogota. Danny had these lyrics lying around that worked for that. So, I don't know. I feel like this song almost was good. I like it, and then every now and then I feel like it could have been done better. It just something went a little wrong in the process. I think the verses are really cool, the chorus is really cool, and the bridge is really cool, but somehow altogether it didn't quite stick. And I'm a bit sad about that, because I think at least the bridge was one of the best melodic bridges that I've written. So,
Yeah, I mean, you can just repurpose it. I don't think it would be a big deal.
Well, it's fun. Well, it's fun to play live for the most part, other than when I fuck up your lyrics. It's like this is the song behind Come With Me Now that I mess up the most, because the lyrics they're not nonsensical, but they're very difficult to grasp on first or 101st listen. And so when you're trying to sing it and then play at the same time, I think I fucked up the lyrics probably 40% of the time. But once the times that I did get it right, it's one of the most fun songs to play because of the groove, and it's a really cool riff to play, at least on bass and guitar.
Yeah.
And then Danny, for our live show, designed a lot of the live content for this. That is that old kind of 50s advertising thing that I thought was quite funny to see, with this obviously sarcastic lyric and over the top "I Want It Free" thing with this old-fashioned advertising playing in the background.
Yeah, I mean, initially I was like, critical of advertising, but then I actually I miss that a bit. I miss that old advertising, basically honest advertising, compared to now. Advertising is so obscure and psychological. Like, I don't even know what
always got some sad kid, and they're selling you a heating fan.
Yeah.
Well,
this Fiat will solve, I don't know, body dysmorphia.
I saw a comment out there on YouTube or something, one of the social networks, on this song that was very angry at the lyric, saying like, no, that's not how the world works. You can't just want something for free and get it. That's fucking stupid. And it was just so ironic, because he clearly just didn't understand the lyric. That's exactly what
there's a hefty dose of cynicism in this album, at least lyrically. And I think it's a reflection of where we all were mentally at that time of making this record, because we came off Lunatic, this thing that we labored over for years and just couldn't get anybody to notice, and then a song, Come With Me Now, blows up, and then we chased this thing around the world for a couple of years, and now we've got to get back in the studio and follow it up. And we found out a lot how the business works on that Lunatic cycle. We learned a lot on how radio works. We learned a lot about the basically complete commerciality of the business and the quid pro quo-ness of getting anything done, getting any kind of success. So that was swimming around our heads, and we were trying to think, how do we bridge the music that we want to make with this commercial monster, that everything seems to run on. And I think, I don't know, maybe 10, 20 years from now, we'll be able to look back and have a more objective view on what we did right and what we did wrong. But that was definitely feeding the cynicism in the lyrics.
Yeah, there's a quote that's often attributed to Hunter S. Thompson. I don't think he actually said it, but it's a funny quote either way. The music business is a cruel and shallow money trench, a long plastic hallway where thieves and pimps run free and good men die like dogs. There's also a negative side. So obviously it's a bit of an overstatement, because the music business is better than most businesses, but it is kind of a funny thing that, like Jesse was saying, reflected a bit of our cynicism at the time.
Yeah, I always like when people use it's cutthroat. Nah, there's actual cutthroat businesses. That's you don't need to use that figuratively in the world. There's real cutthroat business. The music business is not cutthroat.
Yeah, like television.
Well, except for maybe the 90s, like Death Row Records and stuff. Like there was a lot of cutthroat there.
Yeah.